So when we talk about Kanban, on the other hand, it's a process. So we remember we're talking about product and process. So product is basically the features, releases, functions, benefits, and and you've got some kind of epics, and you've got customers, users, and things like that who use, and you regularly need to release the product into the market, get the feedback. So that's a product. That's a product thinking. Whereas process is about the flow of things, is about how things move from one point to another point, one stage to another stage, one aspect to another aspect. So the way it's structured is the reason why I separate this out. It's not actually given anywhere, but I'm telling you that a process in that to that extent is basically the customer. For example, customer relationship management is a process. It's not a product. Though you've got a CRM product, which you can use to your Sybase and things like that. I think there is not Sybase. There are some lot of CRM products out there. Salesforce, for example, is a product.
I was just about to say, what is Salesforce for you?
Yeah, that's a product, definitely. Salesforce is actually a product to help manage the customer and deliver the customer relationship management as a solution. But
so Salesforce is also a product, but also a service, right?
Yeah. Salesforce has actually turned into a service now because it has got too complicated. Now they've got a cloud service all by their own self. Now they've turned into a service as well. So it's a platform as a service, PaaS as they say. But underlying, you still have got many ways, right? Salesforce is not the only way you can actually manage your customer relationships. You have got 1,000 ways. In fact, you can do it just on the back of a paper, right? Customer name, and then on the using Excel sheets or Word document, you can still do that. That's what people have been doing for ages. But Salesforce came in and they actually kind of gave a different way of doing the same things in a faster, in an easier way. So the CRM is a process. So when you talk about a process, it's about the flow. It's about how things go from different stages. So for example, in customer relationships, you've contacted the customer, right? So that is the pre-sales. So you talk about funnel, you've got the funnel context. So going back to what you do well. So the funnel, you approach the customer, somebody is warm, and you actually felt that it's better to reach out to them. So the warm lead, this is basically the cold lead. From here, you actually got the warm, you reached out to the warm, what do you call them, as prospects. And then you say that I would like to offer this, blah, blah, blah. Again, you deliver, you get in touch with them, offer them something. And then they, out of the 1,000, they actually move into, for example, customers or potential customers. So the prospects to potential customers is the next one. And then you then offer something, you try and have a deal after this, and then they purchase from you. And then the customer is a one-time customer. The second time they do the repeat customer, loyalty. Right, so you've got this is a process here involved in CRM. It's a process that it's a flow of things that is moving from one stage to another stage, whether it is an order, whether it is a proposal that you have sent to them, an RFP from your side, they gave a proposal, and then you're actually working with them, and then you've got the purchase order. From there, you've actually got the invoice, and from there you've got the first contract, second contract, third contract, and become a loyal customer. So you're talking about this process of the flow here, right? So this is a process, and Scrum wouldn't fit there in the context of you don't have a product releases and things like that to be developed there unless you have a solid product there to address that process. Then you can use Scrum. But if you have a process just like that, then it's better to follow what we have, this is Kanban, because you can actually clearly see the movement of the work across these different streams. And that's why use Kanban when it's involving the process or workflows or things like that, right? Or if you've already got something, for example, like a product already, but that product is deployed already, and then you're getting feedback from the customers, and so you're raising tickets to improve the product. So that's called tickets, right? So you create a ticket. If somebody says, I want this to be done, I want the screen, I should be able to change the colors. So that's a ticket. That's a functionality that you need to work on. So even if that is the case, so this is for development of a new product or development of something that is like a product, basically. Whereas here, this is for maintaining a product. Kanban could be a beautiful tool. So if you're maintaining it, you're supporting it, it's already developed. Remember, that's a big difference between Scrum and Kanban. In Scrum, you're developing from a new concept, from a totally new product, right? Whereas Kanban, you already got a product. You already got a banking product, a retail product, a Salesforce kind of a product already there. It's deployed, people are using it. Now, if you want to improve it, if you want to kind of re-engineer, improve, or continue supporting the product, then you can use Kanban, because you can say how many tickets have been raised by the customer and by customers in the last, let's say, 1 month. You got 50. Out of those 50, how many tickets are done? What are the stages of tickets, right? 50 tickets, 30 are in the to be done, and then about 10 of them are in doing your working in progress is there happening on that. Then another 10 are basically done. So this gives you the kind of framework of how work can move through the flow, right? So that's why Kanban is a beautiful tool for supporting the products. Or if you've got processes, that's a beautiful tool to implement for the processes there. Yeah, did you get the difference now?
Yeah.
That's important. Okay. And you've been there. We've been there, done that. So again, it's the same. Don't worry too much about the detailing of this. Again, the Kanban board, you structure the whole work into these different streams of activity, and then you move the work. So that's how they actually move the work, and you can have for the teams and everything else. So everything is pretty much the